Only 1 in 5 American households collects a single dollar of passive income. The other 80% have exactly one way to get paid: showing up and trading hours for dollars. Forever. By the end of this video, you're going to know 10 real income-producing assets. The same categories the wealthy quietly stack to get paid while they sleep, travel, or binge a show on Netflix. And the 10th one on this list is something a lot of you already own. You just don't know it's supposed to be making you money. You're watching M3 Money Mindset Makeover. Smart money, what real talk, no cap. We exist to show you how to gain financial momentum and make your money outwork you. Let's get into it. Picture this with me. You wake up on a random Tuesday. Before you even open your eyes, 3 things have already happened. A dividend landed in your brokerage account. A rental payment cleared. Someone in another time zone bought the digital template you built one weekend 8 months ago. You didn't clock in or have not yet answered a single email. You didn't ask permission for a day off. Your money and your past work kept moving without you while you were doing literally nothing but sleeping. That's not a fantasy reserved for people who inherited money. That's just what it looks like, mechanically, when you own income-producing assets instead of only owning a job. The gap between living paycheck to paycheck and money moves without me isn't luck. And it isn't some secret only rich families pass down at dinner. It's structure. It's a handful of specific things you can own. And once you can see the structure clearly, you genuinely can't unsee it. So here's why most people never get there. It's not because they're bad with money, and it's not because they're lazy. It's because almost everyone is taught exactly one formula for making money. Work equals income, no work equals no income. 1-to-1. Trade your hours, get your dollars. Stop trading hours, income stops immediately. Here's the data on what that formula actually does to people. Roughly 72% of Americans are now hustling on the side in some form. Driving, freelancing, flipping, gigging, running an Etsy shop at midnight. But only about 12% of them ever cross $500 a month in income that isn't directly tied to their time. Everyone else is just running the exact same formula with a second job attached to it. More hustle, same trade. That's a blind spot, and it's an understandable one. Nobody sits you down in school and teaches you the other kind of income. The kind that keeps getting paid whether or not you personally show up. So people work harder inside a system that was never designed to make them free because it's the only system anyone ever showed them. Ready for the part that actually changes how you see money for good? Here's the filter the wealthy use, whether they'd ever call it this or not. I call it the S.L.E.E.P test. If something can't pass all 5 letters, it's not really an asset. It's just another job wearing a disguise. It's set up once. You build it or buy it a single time. You're not recreating it from scratch every single day like a shift. L, little ongoing effort. Once it's running, maintenance is minutes a month, not hours a day. E, earns without your presence. The money shows up whether you're awake, asleep, sick, or completely off the grid on vacation. It escapes the hourly trade. Your income isn't capped by how many hours your one body can physically work in a day. P, pays repeatedly. 1 unit of effort keeps generating income more than once, ideally for years, sometimes forever. Run anything through those 5 letters and the truth gets obvious fast. A side hustle where you personally deliver every single order every single time? That fails the test. Really, it's just a second job with better branding. A rental property that deposits rent into your account every month whether you lifted a finger or not. That passes clean. Once you have that filter installed in your brain, you stop chasing vague ways to make money and start hunting for actual, ownable assets. And it turns out there are only 4 real families of them. Think of it as a map, not an overwhelming list. Paper assets, property assets, systems assets, and IP assets. 10 total assets, sitting across 4 neighborhoods. Quick question before we go further. Of the 4 categories I just named, which one do you already own a piece of, even a small one? Maybe it's 10 shares of something. Maybe it's a spare room you rent out. Hold that thought. We're coming back to it in a second. The practical game plan. Your 10 assets. Neighborhood 1. Paper assets. These live quietly inside a brokerage account. Number 1. Dividend-paying stocks. Companies literally split a slice of their profits with you every quarter for the simple act of owning a share. Number 2. Index funds and ETFs. One purchase gives you a stake in hundreds of companies at once. And historically, the long-term market average has compounded in the high single digits, working in the background while you live your life. Number 3, bonds and treasuries. The government or a company pays you interest in exchange for lending them your money. Not exciting, extremely reliable. Still a real asset. Neighborhood 2, property assets. These live in the physical world. Number 4, rental real estate. Someone else's monthly rent payment becomes your monthly deposit, year after year. Number 5, REITs, real estate investment trusts. You get real estate level income, currently averaging somewhere around a 4% yield, without ever fixing a leaking toilet at midnight. Neighborhood 3, systems assets. These are small businesses engineered to run without you standing behind the counter. Number 6, semi-passive small businesses like vending routes or laundromats. You own the machine and the system, not the shift. Number 7, private lending and peer-to-peer credit. Your money gets loaned out to someone else, and the interest they pay becomes your paycheck. Neighborhood 4, IP and digital assets. This is where a laptop quietly becomes a factory. Number 8, digital products. Templates, courses, presets, planners. You build it once and sell it to strangers on repeat forever with zero extra inventory. Number 9, royalties. A book, a song, a piece of licensed work. You get paid every single time someone else uses what you made, sometimes decades later. Number 10. And here's the one almost nobody counts: your own content and audience. A blog, a channel, a following built around something you know. It's the exact asset that built M3. And it's the one most of you watching right now already own a piece of and simply haven't turned into income on purpose yet. Imagine 2 roommates, same job, same paycheck down to the dollar. One spends every extra dollar on things that lose value the second they're purchased. The other buys one unglamorous index fund every single payday, like clockwork, without fail. Fast forward 5 years. One roommate has a closet full of stuff nobody remembers buying. The other has a second income stream quietly compounding in the background, invisible to everyone around them. Same income the entire time. Completely different future. That's this whole video in one picture. Here's where M3 goes further than just save more money. This was never really about saving. It's about identity. People who stay broke buy things that cost them money every single month. People who build wealth buy things that pay them money every single month. Same dollar, leaving the same wallet, but just pointed in the opposite direction. You don't need $10,000 sitting around to start this. You need exactly one asset that passes the S.L.E.E.P test, and the discipline to buy a second one before you buy anything else that loses value the moment you walk out the store with it. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You rise to the level of your systems. And financial freedom was never really a specific number in a bank account. It's simply the moment your assets can outvote your expenses every single month without a fight. This video was never really about 10 random ideas to try. It was about one filter. Does this thing pay you, or does it just quietly employ you? Every asset you buy from today forward is a vote for the version of you who isn't trading hours forever. Every dollar you leave sitting idle is a vote for staying exactly where you already are. You get to decide which version wins, one purchase at a time. Today we mapped out 10 assets across 4 neighborhoods. But knowing the map isn't the same as knowing which street to walk down first with the money you actually have right now, today. That's exactly what we're breaking down in the next video, so don't go anywhere. Unsubscribe from broke. Become the CEO of your life. We'll see you in the next one, M3 Mavericks.